Alright, everybody, welcome back to another This Week at Bungie, aka T.W.A.B, aka Where T.W.A.B, and this is the third This Week at Bungie of the new season of the Risen and the Witch Queen expansion. I'm once again alongside G3 Tyrant
Yo,
and Pistach1o.
Hello.
Looks like we got a pretty short one this evening, so we'll just dive right in to it. That we had the world's
somehow
first.
we'll still make it 40 minutes.
We had the world's first race for the Vow of the Disciple, the new raid that was just entered into the game, and the clan Elysium has won. They had a well-deserved win, taking the crown in 3 short minutes ahead of the competition. So Saltagrepo, Slap, Kairos, Moopel, Quaz, and Cruz all banded together, strategized, shot, dodged, dunked, and solved their way to victory, one kick to the face at a time. And you know what? It paid off. So as they won their respective belts and got the world's first. And I do believe this is their back-to-back world's first champions, as they also were world's first for the Deepstone Crypt last expansion, Beyond Light. So absolutely fantastic. Well done. I was watching the race all day, and I was watching him. I was watching Saltagrepo stream, and between him, it was neck and neck right at the end with him, Dado, and EX Black, and it was pretty crazy. It was a great race. It was unfortunate stuff that happened at the beginning, causing them to go into a 48-hour contest mode, but it is what it is. It was out of their control at the beginning, and they went to it as fast as they could. They mention here that the reason why contest mode got extended is because they got a plethora of anteater messages, made it difficult to complete raid runs, especially when the tension was already high for trying to be world's first. And they know that some players' weekend plans got tied up on the raid and non-contest mode, so they felt it fair to extend the normal version of the raid. Is always going to be there, but contest mode is a very limited thing, and because it only exists after the introduction of a raid. And so because of this, the team discussed it and decided that it got an extension, and that was the right thing to do. But that is now over. And they said during the first 48 hours of the raid, the total players that entered the raid were 546,616.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
The players that cleared the first area, the acquisition, 270,648. Players that cleared the second area, the caretaker, 131,550. Players that cleared the exhibition, the third challenge, 80,153. And unique players that cleared the full raid, 32,621. They have like the total number of enemies defeated and guardian deaths. It's like 1 billion enemies defeated, 70 million guardian deaths, and total hours spent in the Vow of the Disciple contest mode. So those first 48 hours, there was 4,223,843 hours spent combined across everybody in the Vow of Disciple contest mode. So that is a lot. Obviously,
like my whole life flashed before my eyes.
For real. So that is a lot of dedication. Absolutely love to see it, gamers. And congrats to everybody that got their emblem within the 48 hours. They said the people that did it within the first 24 hours will get it as normal. The people that did it within the additional 24 hours, it will be sent to them at a slightly later date. They did apologize for that, but it's just due to how I guess it's already pre-coded in for players for the 24 hours. So this is something that they're going to have to go by and check all the players and hand them out as an additional reward. So it'll just take time to go through everybody. But also, don't let I've seen a lot of people try to gatekeep the emblem online. Don't let them bring you down. Try to tell you that you don't deserve to wear it because you didn't do it in the first 24 hours. You happen to do it in the extended 24 hours. Don't listen to any of them. There's always going to be people like that. Wear your emblem with pride, because beating it on contest mode is hard enough already. So you rock that thing.
Like, in all honesty, I don't even see why people would care and gatekeep it. Only one person gets a belt for finishing it in 24 hours first, so The emblem is just like, hey, congratulations for participating. Good job. Like,
Yeah, it's like people that finished the hard mode essentially during the challenge.
yeah,
And it
like
got extended by
that's
a
like
little bit longer because of like reasonable circumstances. So I mean, like Bungie didn't have to do anything. Like I thought it was nice
exactly.
of them to extend it by 24 hours. Like I
I
thought
thought
that
it
was
was
quite
dope.
generous.
I
So
thought it was dope. And you know what's funny? Those same people who probably wouldn't have the amount of time to finish it within the 24 hours, they're probably the same ones complaining, saying they deserve it because maybe they finished it at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning.
yeah,
And they're like, yeah, they don't deserve it. And it's like, okay, relax, buddy.
yeah,
Just
because
because you don't want
they
to
chose to
sleep,
go to sleep and
you
then get
got
up
it
and do
done.
it.
Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like, don't do that.
Exactly. So wear that emblem with pride. Don't let anybody try to tell you otherwise that you don't deserve something that you earned. Not a chance.
Congratulations to everybody who participated in it and got the 48 minutes done, man. 48 hours. Y'all are dope.
hmm As we move on to through the T.W.A.B, they're going to be talking about trials and trials loot. They said there's some new shiny scout rifles in the Trials of Osiris to go for. So, for trials will be returning this Friday. So, as of this video coming up to this video will be dropped on the Friday. You guys will be listening to this whenever, potentially on the Friday or wherever after. But Trials returns this weekend. They said all 6 weapons in the upcoming Trials pool will have the Alacrity and 1 Quiet Moment origin traits. Alacrity increases the reload speed, stability, aim assist, and range when running solo or as the last guardian standing. 1 Quiet Moment grants players increased reload speed when not in active combat. The new scout rifle is the Aisha's Embrace, and it's a 260 RPM rapid fire frame. And they said keep an eye out for the triple tap 4th times a charm combo, as well as some spicy other options like tunnel vision and multi-kill clip. The Summoner auto rifle is returning. It's a 600 RPM adaptive frame, and it has some of the less popular perks have been removed from it. They don't say which ones, but they have been replaced by new favorites such as Heating Up and Focused Fury. So that's pretty sweet. Heating Up on a Summoner could be very nice. So
Man, I honestly, I just be happy with overflow and something else. To be honest with you, as long as you
Or
don't give me
Rampage.
celerity, yeah, like just don't give me celerity and we're good. In all honesty.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Then the after this weekend, Iron Banner will be returning next Tuesday. All 6 weapons in the Iron Banner pool will have the Skulking Wolf trait, which activates during the hunt with enhanced radar and removal from the enemy radar when you land those epic final blows with it. All returning Iron Banner weapons will have updated perk pools, including new perks from the current season. There's a new hand cannon coming into the fray. It's a 180 RPM precision frame called a Frontier's Cry. It has some fun perks, including steady hands and a compulsive reloader, plus Iron Reach to let it exceed the range available to most precision hand cannons. There is another Vortex frame sword coming called the Razor's Edge, and I do believe this is the one that we saw in the trailer where that looked like a lightsaber, because I actually got one from when I had some Iron Banner bounties and I turned them in and I ended up getting the sword. And it has like a purple glow all the way down the blade of it that kind of makes it look like a lightsaber in a way, and it's really cool. It is a Void Vortex frame, and it has some potent perk combinations such as Wellspring or Unrelenting combined with Chain Reaction. I, for one, am going to be definitely going after a Wellspring and Chain Reaction build, because getting my abilities back plus blowing enemies up with the Chain Reaction sounds like a lot of fun. They mentioned that both...
I just want Summoner, and I'll be fine.
Just wants a Summoner. Yeah, I already have a decent one, but I guess getting it replaced wouldn't be a bad idea, depending on what you get. Like, heck, you get Heating Up with Rangefinder for PvP could be deadly.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And because of Vex Method Class, like, I just want to use auto rifles for some weird reason. So I'm in a weird space right now. I'm sure I'll
been
do
really
that.
loving auto rifles. Skaithlock, Gnawing Hunger. There's a couple other ones, but I honestly feel like they're in a pretty decent spot still.
It's just they're not 3v3 competitive to me. I mean, of course, other people may have other opinions on that, or maybe evidence. But when you look at like Trials Report and you see the top 10, especially last season, There's just Vex, Messenger everywhere.
Yeah.
So, I just
You're not
felt like
wrong.
there was no room for it, to be honest with you. You weren't, and maybe like the Darkest Before here and there and stuff like that, that was very good at dueling. But if you weren't using something with a high enough range or a truckload of damage right off the rip, you weren't playing Trials to win. So,
Exactly. They say here that don't forget both Eternity and Vostok maps have returned, and they also have a new map coming up on the horizon, but they're not quite ready to talk about it yet. Patience, young grasshopper. They'll talk about this at a
I don't
later
believe
date.
you.
I don't.
Don't
Does
believe
that
you.
mean there's another map coming up this season potentially? To
Listen,
because
they said there's a new map, but is it a new
I hope
map?
so.
I don't
Is it
know.
a new map or is it an old map that we've already had? Is the real
Don't
question.
know. Like, we'll have to find out.
So,
Moving
believe me
on,
when I see it.
they have the player support report, and earlier today actually we had the hotfix 4.0.0.3 released. There is a huge list of everything that came out. I'm not going to go over the whole list, so definitely go take a look at that. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But just a few points that they wanted to go over here are: players are no longer blocked from interacting with armor or weapon sockets until the rest of the UI fully loads in. Depreciated weapon telemetries were still obtainable. Glaive mods were unable to be obtained. Gambit focusing was more expensive than intended, and players who did not claim vendor rewards from Finch were not receiving rewards from multiple completions of the Wellspring. They also wanted to mention about the Ascendant Alloy. They resolved the issue that was causing Raoul to not provide the new Ascendant Alloy each week if players hadn't already purchased it. To help players catch up, Raoul will be offering two bonus Ascendant Alloys for sale for the price of one. Beginning on March 13th, in the United States, Destiny 2's daily and weekly reset will be updated to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time because of daylight savings times. So this means for us at Eastern Standard Time, it will go back to 1 p.m. as it was before. Bungie name change is there now. You had a one-time name change available by logging into Bungie.net, going over to your profile settings. Under identity settings, you can change the Bungie name, save the settings at the bottom of the page, and it's done. This is a one-time deal. At the moment, they have not stated any interest or anything about them bringing it back, so be wise with your name change. They also said that it does not expire, so don't feel like you need to use it right away. Players may only update their Bungie name one time. Bungie names must adhere to the code of conduct or will be subject to moderation. Contest mode and emblem extension. Those who have completed the Vow of Disciples raid during the 24-hour extension will be granted the Cleaver emblem in-game at a later date. Stay tuned for upcoming T.W.A.Bs for more details. For ones that did it during the 24-hour extension. So that's just like I said, it'll be given to you guys at a later date because it's just not automatically in the code like the original, like it is for the emblem itself during the first 24 hours. I believe that's just like hard-coded into the raid. They say the Vow of Disciple raid jacket. Who want to complete players will want to complete the Vow of Disciple raid by daily reset on March 15th to be eligible to purchase the Vow of the Disciple raid jacket via the Bungie rewards. And the deadline to purchase the reward after earning it is March 31st. Some more known issues that are going on right now is the Loreley Splendor Exotic Titan Helm consumes ability energy on death. Explosive Personality Grenade Launcher has the incorrect rate of fire listed. Dream tokens for the Witch Ender quest cannot be dismantled from players' inventories. Players who create new characters may not receive all subclass quests from Ikora on that character if an existing character has already completed them. Players may see a -1 unlock availability for the artifact mods. This can be resolved by resetting the artifact. The Star Jasmine exotic ship and the Hunter's Resident Fury Hunter Strides have the same lore tab. And the Vow of the Disciple carries are not properly recorded on stat trackers. Aside from that, we have the movies of the week that are always absolutely fantastic. We have the artists of the week that I absolutely love every time. And then they say it's been an absolute roller coaster of emotions this month, but they have loved every second of it between the art, the memes, and discussing what's new. Keep in mind throughout your adventures there are a lot of new lights coming in to see what all the hype is about, so help them out and show them a true heart of the Destiny 2 community. Before we go, they did want to highlight one more thing from the Bungie team. Bungie has previously spoken about the invasion of Ukraine, and to help beyond just words, they have dedicated the proceeds from the first 48 hours of their recent game to give charity to the humanitarian efforts. For those interested in learning more, you can read about what steps are being taken. In a blog post published this week, you'll see various organizations that are helping that are lending help to those that are in need. They also shared a first look at a new emblem pictured below that I'll show up on screen for you that players can use to show support in-game. It is completely free, and it's their way of showing solidarity with players that are affected in the areas that they know they are not alone. They said for the name of this emblem, it's in Ukrainian. I don't know how to pronounce it. They humbly try to exemplify the hope and courage that has been so emblematic of the Ukrainian people during the impossible time, alongside Ukraine's coat of arms. Impressionistic sunflowers, Ukraine's national flower, populate the peace of the countryside, a metaphor for hope and their way of expressing solidarity. So this is a free code. You just have to go to bungie.net and sign into your account and go to redeem code, and they have the code posted here in the actual T.W.A.B itself. It is JVG-VNT-GGG. So I'll post it in the info description of the video as well for those who don't want to click the tab link. And that'll do it. Like I said, it was a very short T.W.A.B. Not a whole lot to actually go over today. So any final thoughts?
You got anything, man, Pistachio?
I want them to, take a look at some of these mods and making it easier to get them. Because like I'm missing a lot of mods.
Oh, you're suffering from FOMO at this point.
Yeah, it kind of just and anytime I've ever gone to Banshee and like I've always bought anything I'm missing, but it definitely seems like I'm missing a lot, and it's kind of just sit and wait, check every day to see if it changes, or I don't know.
Do like a better way to obtain previous season's mods.
Yeah, like if you want to, put it on the wall or something and like charge me enhancement cores or something for them, like whatever, like just like have a list of them, like all the mods there, so when you are missing them, you're not kind of just sitting, hoping and waiting.
Yeah, I get that for sure.
Yeah, with this, whatever, with the wells being fairly dominant through the artifact, not having all of the well mods. Is definitely like making me rather upset that I don't have them and don't really have a way to get my hands on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it should be a better way for players to get old mods that they potentially don't have just because they weren't playing at the time, aside from hoping it rolls from Banshee or 801. And yeah, I completely agree.
I think for me, honestly, I'm more curious about how this weekend's going to shake out with Trials. Whether or not we play it or not, even try and go hard to win anything or not is still up in the air, but I'm definitely going to dabble in it this weekend. Hopefully get my hands on a summoner. It doesn't have to be a depth or anything. I just want to see the gun, see if I like it or not, especially in this sandbox the way that it currently is. Other than that, like, I'm just, playing it by ear. Kind of wish we got more guns than just 2 per each endgame playlist. So that's a little irritating, but we'll see what happens, Also, for the Iron Banner perk, I understand that they have a perk because I have the gun, but I don't remember what other perk it rolls with, like the origin trait. So I just hope the secondary origin trait isn't exactly locked down to just Iron Banner. So,
well, that's depending on the gun. So the Iron Banner origin trait, there'll only be one, and all Iron Banner weapons will have it, period. if the Iron Banner weapon happens to also be a
like Suros or
Suros,
Vice or something.
exactly,
Yeah,
then
like,
you'll have the options.
yeah, so hopefully, that is still in place, is what I'm saying, right? Like, it's not just because it's an Iron Banner weapon. It's like, we don't buy from Hawkeye, all right? It's
Oh,
just
I
our
see what you're
stuff.
saying. Like a Hawkeye
You see
Iron
what I'm
Banner weapon, you have the
Yeah,
option
like,
of choosing both. I
yeah,
see. Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
of
So
course.
that's all
Yeah.
I'm asking. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I wouldn't want it to be tied down to just, yeah, this gun is only gonna, do its origin trait when you play Iron Banner, which comes, 3 times a month or a year or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's a
or a
good point.
season. So,
Yeah, I
you're not
haven't
gonna get the full
checked.
thing out of it.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
haven't
that's a good
checked
point.
the Gambit weapons because like that would be, I don't know, like a fairly good indicator because they do whatever light up the invaders.
I have
Hmm.
that on the shotgun. The new one, I can't remember its name. I'm so sorry, I'm blanking on all these weapons. But the ritual shotgun that you get from the playlist Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit, it comes with 3 origin traits. The Vanguard one, where every shot heals you. The Gambit one, where if you shoot the invader, it marks them, and it has one of the like those regular like Vice or Suros traits that I don't remember off the top of my head.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it actually came with 3, which is pretty stacked, to be honest. But yeah, again, I just kind of wished we had more PvP endgame content to chase after. But I'm just gonna be quiet and be grateful.
Okay.
And please, Jesus Christ, don't make it capture the flag thing in trials. Just make it straight up, just elimination. Don't do anything weird, please.
Well, all right then. I think that does it for the T.W.A.B.
Mm-hmm.
Hope everybody enjoyed it, and thank you for all listening. This we do this weekly, so be sure to check in next week. And have yourselves an absolutely wonderful day. And as always, stay hydrated, as hydration is key.
Peace.
Take it easy.